Hello guys, my name is Felicita and welcome back to my channel. I'm the creator of Doodle Studio and the Doodlestoons video series. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my animation task process. All of the animation tasks I make use characters from my indie web animated series Fairy Boys. These animation tasks are based on scenes from different episodes and are used as pilot animation tasks. Right now, I'm working on the scene where Zoku and Yoshito are playing a Nintendo Switch game during their break time at Waylon's lab, while Harry is looking for them. This scene includes a lot of fun and exaggerated expressions. In this video, I'll show you how I create this pilot animation task step by step. So let's get started. So first things first, the first step is creating the storyboard. I draw my storyboards using Clip Studio Paint X. For this pilot animation task, there are only 2 scenes and 3 characters, Yoshito, Zoku, and Harry. In the first scene, the characters appear in their normal style. In the second scene, Yoshito and Zoku are shown in a more deformed and exaggerated animation style to emphasize their expressions. After finishing the storyboard, I created the animatic as well. Now let's take a look at the animatic.
Come on! Don't make me lose again! Yay! I become a champion!
The next step is rough animation. I also animate in Clip Studio Paint X and use frame-by-frame animation process. For rough animation, I personally prefer using the default pencil brush because it gives the drawings a more natural hand-drawn look and feel. Before animating the characters, I usually draw the motion arcs first. This helps me to keep the movement smooth and consistent, allowing the characters to move more organically along curved paths during the rough animation stage. So, the next step is clean animation. Unfortunately, I forgot to screen record the clean animation process. However, I did record the finished clean animation, and it looks like this. After the clean animation is finished, I move on to the base coloring the characters. Before fully coloring each frame, I first add the base colors to the characters and props. In my opinion, this step is important in Clip Studio Paint because the software uses an illustration style layer workflow. By applying the base colors first, it becomes much easier to fill in the colors cleanly without leaving unwanted gaps or pixels. This is the same coloring process I use for animation in Clip Studio Paint. The next step is coloring the characters. At this stage, I can finally color the entire animation frame by frame. I also make sure to use clipping masks on the coloring layers. As I mentioned before, Clip Studio Paint uses an illustration style layer workflow. Using a clipping mask helps keeps the colors inside the base colors areas, preventing gaps and making sure the colors don't go outside the lines. The next step is shading. For this animation, I use multiple layers for the shading because that's the shading style I usually use in my frame-by-frame animations. I also lower the opacity of the multiply layer a little to make the shading look softer and more natural. After exporting the animation task, I move on to the composing stage using CapCut. The reason I like using CapCut is because I'm more comfortable with it, and I find it easier to use for compositing compared to Adobe After Effects. Even though CapCut is not a professional compositing software, it's mainly used for editing and creating videos such as music videos, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and short advertisements. However, it can also be used for making animation episodes as long as they are not too long. Otherwise, the project can take up a lot of storage, space, and cage. For this animation task, I added royalty-free sound effects and background music from Pixabay, and the dialogue voices were provided by my best friend. And now, here is the final result of the pilot animation task after exporting.
Come on! Don't maybe lose again. Yay! I become a champion!
Alright, that's how I create my animation tasks for my indie web animated series, Fairy Boys. I'll be showing more of my animation process in future videos, so make sure to stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more animation content. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay creative. I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone! Subscribe to DoToon Studio, where original animation and imagination come to life.